Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're tuning in right now, it's because there's someone you can't stop thinking about. Whether you're trying to capture the attention of someone new or reignite the spark in a relationship that's faded, you've come to the right place. But here's the real kicker. Most people have it all wrong. They chase, they beg for attention, and they wear their emotions like a badge. And guess what? That only pushes people further away. Sound familiar? Let me tell you something. Desperation never works. The more you try to please, the more invisible you become. Why? Because in the game of love, it's not about being overly available or constantly in pursuit. What draws people in? It's self-control, mystery, and independence, traits that the Stoics mastered centuries ago. Yes, the very same philosophy that helped them endure life's hardest challenges can also help you attract the person of your dreams. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about developing a mindset so powerful that it naturally attracts people to you. Stoic principles don't require you to fake confidence or perform. They teach you to be unshakable in who you are. When you are grounded, centered, and emotionally strong, people feel that magnetic energy and they want in. So, how do you harness this incredible Stoic power to make someone fall in love with you? It's simple. Stop chasing them. Stop waiting for their texts. Instead, focus on building yourself into the most irresistible version of you. When you become the best version of yourself, something magical happens. You stop having to prove your worth. They'll begin to notice the calm, confident energy that surrounds you, and suddenly they'll wonder, what's different about them? Why aren't they chasing me? Why do they seem so in control? This is where it all changes. Making someone fall for you isn't about being at their beck and call. It's about becoming someone they can't ignore, without ever needing to try. Your actions, energy, and mindset will make you magnetic, and they won't be able to resist being drawn to you. Before we dive into the good stuff, take a moment to hit that like button if you're ready to embrace this new approach. Drop a comment below saying, "On their mind tomorrow," and let's see who's truly ready to change the game. Stick with me, because today we're going to unlock powerful Stoic tactics that not only help you attract love, but also make them see you as someone worth falling for. Let's get started. Number 1, the magical Stoic independence. All right, folks, let's kick things off with something truly magical: Stoic independence. This isn't your average "I can be alone" vibe. This is the kind of independence that stops people dead in their tracks. It's the kind of self-sufficiency that makes you unforgettable. But here's the thing, this isn't just about being physically alone or handling things solo. Stoic independence is about emotional and mental freedom. It's about knowing deep down that your happiness, your worth, your peace don't come from anyone else. They come from within. Now, you might be thinking, if I show this kind of independence, won't I just push them away? Won't they think I don't care? But hold up, that's your fear talking, and it's completely wrong. When you stop chasing, stop making them the center of your universe, something incredible happens. They don't drift away, they're pulled in. Because here's the secret, independence doesn't say, "I don't care." It screams, "I'm secure in who I am. I don't need anyone to define my worth." And guess what? That kind of strength is irresistibly magnetic. Let's think about it. What's more attractive? Someone who's constantly trying to get your attention, texting you non-stop, wondering if you like them, or someone who's completely content, confident, and not desperate for your approval? When you show up in your power, when you're living your best life without relying on them, that energy is like a magnet. It's rare, it's valuable. People are used to being chased, but you're above all that. And that makes you stand out. Now picture this, you're trying to attract someone new, and everyone else is throwing themselves at them, desperate to impress, but not you. You're out there living your life. You're hitting the gym, meeting up with friends, crushing your goals, and making yourself a priority. And when you do check your phone, it's not to check if they've texted you, it's to keep living your awesome life. When they see this, they'll wonder, what's different about them? Why aren't they chasing me? That curiosity is the beginning of attraction. When you're not chasing, it leaves them wanting more. Or maybe you're dealing with someone you're already involved with, but they're starting to pull away. Most people panic, smother them with attention, and chase harder. But you lean into your independence. You give them space, focus on yourself, and show them that your happiness doesn't hinge on their attention. And you know what? That sends a message they won't forget. I'm fine with or without you. It creates respect, intrigue, and ultimately, attraction. Now, I'm not saying you should disappear or cut off all contact. That's not what Stoic independence is about. It's about balance. You're still present, but you're not chasing. And this doesn't push them away. It pulls them closer because they see you as someone who stands tall on their own, confident, self-sufficient, untouchable in the best way possible. I know this might feel tough at first, especially if you're really into someone and all you want to do is show them how much you care. But hear me out. Constantly proving your worth will only make you seem insecure. Independence is about showing that your attention and affection are valuable, not something you hand out to just anyone. When you do give it, it's because you choose to, not because you need their validation. Marcus Aurelius had a brilliant quote: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, how about this? Shift your thoughts. Know you're enough. You are enough. Show them that your life is rich, fulfilling, and not dependent on them. When they see that, they won't be able to resist. So here's the takeaway. Stop worrying about whether they'll notice you. Stop fearing that showing your independence will drive them away. The truth is, the more you stand in your power, the more they'll be drawn to you. Attraction isn't about chasing, it's about showing up, being the best version of yourself, and letting them see what they're missing when they're not with you. Before we wrap up, let's do a little affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm this with me. I am done chasing. Let that resonate deep within you, because when you stand in your independence, that's when your true power shines. When you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. Let the universe know that you're done chasing and you're stepping into your strength. Now, let's get out there and make them wonder. Who's that person they can't get out of their mind? Number 2, the less is more approach to communication. All right, let's talk about something that trips up almost everyone when it comes to attraction: communication. Now, we all know the typical game: endless texting, constant updates, and over-explaining every little detail. And while it might seem like you're making progress, trust me, you're not. All that over-communication, it's not building a connection, it's overwhelming them, and worse, it's giving off the vibe that you're desperate for their attention. That's the last thing you want, right? Here's the real key to communication. Less is more. That's right, stop flooding their inbox with constant messages and start sending thoughtful, meaningful communication that leaves them wanting more. This approach doesn't mean you ghost them. It means you know how to keep things interesting and keep them curious. Think about it. When you send a carefully crafted message and then let it breathe, you're creating space for them to think about you, miss you, and most importantly, wonder what you're up to next. That's the power of mystery, folks. Now let me break it down. People are drawn to what's rare, and if you're constantly available, always texting, always checking in, there's nothing left for them to wonder about. But when you pull back, when you leave some silence in between your words, that's when the attraction builds. They start to ask, why aren't they texting me all the time? What's different about them? And that curiosity, that's what pulls them in. Epictetus had it right when he said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak." This applies to your communication style. It's not about filling every silence with words. It's about making each message count. Whether you're talking to someone new or you're in a relationship where things are feeling a bit distant, less is always more. When you hold back a bit, you don't overwhelm them. You make them crave more of your attention. Let's imagine you're trying to attract someone new. Everyone else is throwing texts at them every minute, but not you. You send something intriguing, something meaningful, and then you let them come to you. You don't panic if they don't respond right away. You don't double text. You trust that your words were impactful enough to make them think about you. And here's the magic. When they come back to you, they'll do so with more interest and attraction because they've had the chance to reflect and miss you. And if you're in a relationship where the other person is pulling away, most people will start panicking, bombarding them with calls and texts, trying to close the gap. But you know that giving them space is what works. You don't chase them down. Instead, you send a thoughtful message, and then you let them process it. You show them you're confident enough to give them the room they need without freaking out. That quiet confidence is what gets them thinking, why do I feel like I need to make more of an effort with them? Now, I get it. You might be thinking, but if I don't keep the conversation going, they'll forget about me. Trust me, they won't. People remember those who aren't always at their beck and call. It's rare and it's magnetic. When you give them space to miss you, when you don't constantly fill every moment with words, they'll start to crave your presence. Think of it like fishing. You don't throw 100 hooks into the water at once and expect to catch. You drop one line, let it sit, and wait for the fish to bite. Same with communication. Don't flood the conversation with endless messages. Drop a thoughtful line and let them come to you. They'll be intrigued, and that's where the magic happens. And let me throw this in for you. Picture yourself as a luxury car. When you see a luxury car ad, it's sleek, simple, and leaves you wanting more, right? It's not an over-the-top infomercial, it speaks for itself. You don't need to constantly advertise your worth. You are the luxury car, and your value shines without saying a word. So how do you use this less is more approach in your life? Whether you're talking to someone new or trying to reconnect with someone distant, ask yourself, is this message necessary? Does it add something meaningful to the conversation? If it doesn't, don't send it. Let your silence work for you. When they do reach out, respond with intention, not to fill the void, but to genuinely connect. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Apply this to your communication. You can't control their response, but you can control the quality of your words, and that's where your power lies. So stop chasing with your texts and start communicating with purpose. Number 3, showing emotional stability. Let's cut to the chase. If you want to become irresistibly attractive, the one trait that will set you apart is emotional stability. It's the secret sauce that keeps people coming back for more. Why? Because life throws curveballs, and most people fall apart under pressure. But you're the person who stands tall, no matter the storm. Whether you're navigating the chaos of everyday life or dealing with tough moments in a relationship, emotional stability tells the world that you're reliable, strong, and unshaken by the small stuff. That's the kind of person people want to be around, and the kind they fall for. But emotional stability doesn't mean you never feel emotions. Heck, that's impossible. It's about not letting your emotions dictate your actions. Life is going to hit you with all kinds of challenges, but what matters most is how you respond. Imagine you're trying to attract someone new, and something happens to test your emotional control. Maybe they don't reply to your text for hours, or they cancel last-minute plans. The typical response would be anxiety, overthinking, texting them again, wondering if they're losing interest. That's emotional instability at its finest, and it's a massive turn-off. But you take a deep breath, pause, and remember that this minor hiccup isn't a reflection of your worth. You don't panic, and that calm, collected energy is magnetic. You become someone they want to be around because, unlike everyone else, you're not easily shaken. Now, flip the script. You're already in a relationship and things are getting tense. Maybe there's an argument or some emotional distance. A lot of people would lash out, getting caught in the emotional whirlwind of blame and frustration, but not you. Instead, you channel your emotional stability and approach the situation with cool-headed maturity. You don't get lost in the heat of the moment. Instead of reacting impulsively, you choose to pause, reflect, and then respond thoughtfully. This isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about showing that you're someone who can be counted on in tough times. As Seneca wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That's the core of emotional stability. It's not about avoiding emotions. It's about controlling them, and that makes you irresistible. The next step? Practical application. Emotional stability isn't something that magically appears. It's a skill that can be honed. Start by taking a breath before reacting. When emotions hit, whether it's anger, fear, or frustration, pause. Don't immediately pick up your phone to text or call. Give yourself that moment of clarity to avoid an emotional outburst. For instance, if you're waiting for a text from someone and they take their sweet time to reply, don't go into panic mode. Trust that their delay has nothing to do with you, and that calm energy you exude is what builds respect and intrigue. In relationships, focusing on solutions rather than problems is crucial. When things go awry, instead of getting bogged down in negativity, shift the focus to solving the issue together. Emotional stability doesn't dwell on what's wrong. It looks forward to fixing it. Whether you're facing a minor misunderstanding or a big conflict, your ability to remain grounded and solution-focused is incredibly attractive. Another key: don't take things personally. When someone acts distant or says something that stings, it's easy to assume it's about you, but most of the time, people's actions are a reflection of their own emotions or struggles. By not letting their mood dictate your own, you show emotional resilience. You don't internalize their behavior. You understand that their actions are not about you, but their own journey. This takes strength, and it's something that draws people in. So how do you cultivate emotional stability? It's all about consistency. You won't get it right every time, but the more you practice staying calm, composed, and solution-oriented, the more emotionally resilient you become. People fall for those who can weather life's storms without breaking down, and that's what will make you unforgettable. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. It's tough to stay emotionally steady in the heat of the moment. You'll have days when you feel overwhelmed, when staying calm seems impossible. But remember this: emotional stability doesn't mean pushing your feelings aside. It means acknowledging them, but not letting them control you. Step back, take a breather, or journal out your thoughts. By doing this, you maintain control over your emotions instead of letting them control you. To close out, let's hit home with a bit of wisdom from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's the essence of emotional stability. It's about mastering your mind and not allowing the outside world to dictate your inner peace. So, take a moment to affirm this: I am unshakable. Let that affirmation resonate with you. Whenever the world tests your stability, you'll remain grounded, calm, and attractive. When you're ready, Drop that affirmation in the comments and let the universe know you are calm, strong, and in control. Number 4. Keep your life busy. Let's be crystal clear. No one is going to fall head over heels for someone who's just sitting around with nothing going on. If all you're doing is waiting for someone to fill the empty space in your life, prepare for boredom to set in, and fast. But here's the game changer. One of the most powerful ways to spark attraction is by living a life so packed with excitement and purpose that others can't help but want to be a part of it. It's about keeping yourself busy, but not in a frantic, overwhelmed way. It's about living with intention, having a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. When your life is full of exciting projects, personal growth, and meaningful relationships, you send out a bold message. I'm already living my best life, and you're welcome to join me. And guess what? That energy is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are passionate, driven, and clearly engaged in their own world. You become someone they want to know, not because you're chasing after them, but because you're already living a life full of purpose. Think about it. When others see you living an exciting, fulfilling life, whether it's hustling at your career, crushing your fitness goals, working on your passions, or enjoying time with friends, they'll start asking themselves, what's their secret? How do they make life look so fun? That curiosity creates a pull toward you without you even trying. Suddenly, they want in on your world. They want to know what you're up to, and that intrigue. It's a huge part of what makes you so attractive. Now, here's where the magic happens. When your life is busy with meaningful pursuits, you're naturally not going to be at someone's beck and call. There's a big difference between being available and being always available. When you're constantly available, you send the message that you don't have anything better to do, nothing else that excites you. And that's a major turn-off. But when you're out there, living a life that excites you, you create a natural distance. You don't have to drop everything for someone, and that makes them respect your time. And when they respect your time, they start valuing you in ways they wouldn't have if you were always waiting around for their next text. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're trying to attract someone, and instead of obsessing over texts and constant messages, you're out there doing things that matter to you. Maybe you're learning a new skill, working on a passion project, hitting the gym, or just hanging out with your friends. You're not sitting by your phone waiting for them to reply. You're busy living your life, and that absence, it makes them wonder about you. What's going on in their world? What are they up to? I want to be a part of it. This is where the magic happens. Your life becomes irresistible. Now, if you're already in a relationship and things are starting to feel stagnant, don't let your individuality slip away. This is where the same rule applies. Keep your life busy. Maintain your own passions and goals. When your partner sees you thriving on your own, constantly evolving, it reignites their admiration for you. It reminds them of the reason they fell for you in the first place. They'll feel that pull to stay connected with someone who's always moving forward, growing, and excited about life. But here's the crucial part. Being busy doesn't mean just filling your time with random tasks. It's not about cluttering your schedule with meaningless activity. It's about investing your time in things that truly matter to you, whether that's developing your career, improving your skills, pursuing creative projects, or spending quality time with loved ones. The key is filling your life with meaning, not just noise. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of keeping your life busy, start small. Pick 1 or 2 activities you're passionate about and dive in. Maybe it's a hobby you've always wanted to try, or a project you've been putting off. The goal is to create a life that's so fulfilling that the thought of waiting around for someone's attention doesn't even cross your mind. Ironically, the more you focus on living your own life, the more people will be naturally drawn to you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you focus on filling your life with activities that excite you, your thoughts shift from chasing after approval to chasing your own goals. And that kind of energy is the ultimate attractor. Close your eyes for a moment and repeat after me. I live with purpose. Feel it. Let that affirmation sink in. When you live a life that excites you, the right person will be drawn to your energy, like a magnet. And when you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I live with purpose. Let the universe know you're creating a life worth being a part of. Number 5, be present, but not clingy. Let's talk about a little something called balance, the delicate art of being present without slipping into the trap of being clingy. Sounds simple, right? But in reality, it's a game changer when it comes to creating a magnetic connection. Here's the deal. Being present means you're fully engaged, invested in the moment, and showing genuine interest. But being clingy? That's a surefire way to push someone away. So how do you find that sweet spot? It's all about adding value to their life without demanding all their attention. You want to be someone who enhances their world, not someone who occupies it 24/7. When you're truly present, you're not just physically there. You're listening, responding thoughtfully, and showing that you care about what they're saying. But here's the secret sauce. You also respect their space. You give them room to live their life, chase their dreams, and be independent. It's about quality, not quantity. You show up when it matters most, but you don't overstay your welcome or bombard them with texts and calls, leaving them wondering when they can breathe again. This sense of freedom is incredibly attractive. Now, let's say you've just met someone new and there's undeniable chemistry. The temptation to keep the conversation flowing non-stop is real, but you engage, you show interest, but you're also comfortable enough to give them space. You let them come to you, and in turn, they start missing you. When you step back, you create a sense of mystery and intrigue, and that makes you even more desirable. Your ability to balance attention with independence makes you stand out. It's like you're a breath of fresh air in a world full of overwhelming connection. If you're already in a relationship and things feel a little distant, it's easy to go into panic mode and try to win back their attention by texting more, calling more, demanding more. But here's where being present without being clingy truly shines. Instead of suffocating them, you create space. You focus on your own passions, your own growth, and when you do engage, it's meaningful. You're not desperately trying to fix things, but instead, you're allowing both of you the space to breathe and reconnect naturally. This mature, self-assured approach doesn't just preserve the connection, it often reignites the spark. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This timeless wisdom is the key to mastering presence. You enjoy the time you have together, but you don't let it turn into something you need to feel validated. Being present means showing up without losing yourself in the process. It's about savoring the moments you share and respecting the moments apart. Let's add some fun to this. Picture yourself as a high-quality Wi-Fi signal. You're there when they need you, strong, steady, reliable, but you don't constantly broadcast, creating static in their life. You show up at the right times, providing a seamless connection. And when they see you, they feel connected, not overwhelmed. Your presence adds to their life, but never dominates it. That's what makes you irresistible. Mastering this balance is about being aware of your own needs and respecting theirs. Set boundaries that work for both of you. Learn when to engage and when to take a step back. Listen actively. Don't fill every silence with chatter. Make your moments together count. Instead of constantly reaching out, focus on making each interaction meaningful. That's what strengthens the bond. But let's be honest, it's not always easy. You might worry that giving them space means they'll lose interest. But here's the truth. True connection thrives on mutual respect and the freedom to be your authentic self. If you feel the urge to clamp down on someone's attention, remember this. It's about building trust and respect, not desperation. It's about nurturing a balanced, healthy relationship where both of you can thrive independently and together. Marcus Aurelius nailed it when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every time you practice this balance, you're strengthening your ability to form deeper, more resilient connections. Now let's end on an empowering note. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat after me. I am present, not needy. Feel that affirmation sink in. You're the master of your own energy, engaged but not desperate. You value connection, but you also value space. That's the magnetic force that draws others to you. When you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I am present, not needy. Let the universe know you've mastered the art of balance and you're attracting the right kind of energy effortlessly. Number 6. Social media mastery. Let's talk about something that's become an essential part of our lives. Social media. Whether you're trying to catch the eye of someone new or maintain the spark in a relationship, how you show up online can make all the difference. But here's the twist. Mastering social media is about quality, not quantity. It's about being strategic with what you post, how you engage, and most importantly, when to step back. Social media mastery is the key to creating a magnetic presence without ever trying too hard. Here's the thing. Oversharing every single detail of your life, constantly posting about your every move, or bombarding someone with likes and comments can actually push them away. It's like waving a red flag of insecurity. Instead, your goal should be to create an aura of mystery, something that sparks curiosity without giving it all away. When you're in control of what you share, you come across as confident, selective, and intriguing. People are drawn to the things they can't fully see. If you're always putting everything out there, there's nothing left for them to discover. But when you're intentional with your posts, keeping it balanced between showing you're living a fulfilling life and maintaining some privacy, you'll have them coming back for more. Think of it like this. If you're constantly in their face, your presence loses its value. But when you keep a bit of distance, when you're not oversaturating their feed, it leaves them wanting to know more. They'll check your profile not because you're overwhelming them, but because you're giving them space to miss you. And that, my friend, is the secret sauce to social media mastery. This doesn't mean you need to quit social media or stop engaging with others. It's about how you engage. Post thoughtfully. Share moments that show you're living your life, whether it's traveling, hitting the gym, or diving into a new passion. You want to create the impression that you're busy, fulfilled, and independent. When you're constantly available on social media, it mirrors being too available in real life, and that can come off as a lack of boundaries or excitement. Here's a perfect example. If you're trying to attract someone new, don't like every post or comment on everything they share. Keep your interactions minimal but meaningful. Let them wonder what you're up to. If you're in a relationship, keep some moments just between the two of you. Posting every single cute couple photo or love note can make it look like you're trying too hard to prove something. Intimacy thrives in the spaces where not everything is shared. Seneca's wisdom rings true here. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. This applies to your social media presence. Your value doesn't lie in how much you post or how often you're seen online. It's in the life you're living offline that makes you magnetic. If you're feeling the urge to constantly post, Start small. Try posting less frequently, engage thoughtfully, and focus more on creating real moments rather than documenting everyone. The more you fill your life with exciting experiences, the less you'll feel the need to showcase them for the world to see. Your actions will speak louder than any post ever could. Let's wrap this up with an empowering affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat after me. I post with purpose. Let that affirmation sink in. You've mastered social media, not by flooding it with attention, but by being intentional, selective, and confident. Now, drop that affirmation in the comments. I post with purpose. Let the universe know that you've cracked the code to a magnetic online presence. Number 7, be authentic, always. If there's one thing that holds timeless power, it's authenticity. In a world dominated by filters, curated personas, and perfect social media moments, being your true self has become a rare gem. But here's the secret. Authenticity is magnetic. When you embrace your real self, flaws and all, you stop trying to impress and start attracting people who resonate with who you genuinely are. And trust me, that's when the magic happens. People don't want perfection, they want truth. They want to connect with the real you, and that's exactly what makes you irresistible. Authenticity means dropping the mask and being fully comfortable in your own skin. No pretenses, no trying to be someone you're not. You're confident in your own uniqueness, and that confidence, it draws people in like a magnet. When you're authentic, there's no guesswork, no pretending, just pure, unfiltered you. And guess what? That's the kind of person people want to be around. The kind of person who's grounded, who stands firm in their beliefs, and who doesn't bend or twist themselves to fit someone else's idea of who they should be. Let me tell you something. Chasing validation from others will only leave you feeling empty. When you're constantly trying to meet someone else's expectations or change who you are to fit in, you lose your sense of self. But when you stop seeking approval and start living life on your own terms, that's when the right people start to notice you. They'll admire your independence, your courage to be different, and your refusal to play games. People are naturally drawn to authenticity because it feels safe, it feels real. If you're just starting to form connections with others, remember this. The right person will love you for exactly who you are. Stop filtering your thoughts, and don't hold back parts of yourself because you think they might not fit someone else's idea of perfect. The right connections are made when you stop pretending and start being the person you were always meant to be. It's the real you that people will connect with, and those connections will be deeper, stronger, and far more lasting. And here's the thing, authenticity isn't always easy. It takes courage, it means being vulnerable, and it means understanding that not everyone will like you, and that's perfectly okay. Because the people who do connect with your true self, they're the ones who are meant for you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Stop trying to fit into someone else's mold and instead be the best version of yourself, genuinely, unapologetically, and with pride. Now let's wrap this up with a powerful affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat after me. I am real, always. Let that affirmation sink deep into your soul. Feel the power of being your true self. When you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I am real, always. Let the universe know that you're done pretending and chasing approval. You're stepping into your power as your most authentic self, and that's what makes you magnetic. Remember, being real, staying grounded, and embracing your true self are the true keys to attracting the right people into your life. Now, take this knowledge and put it into practice. Drop that affirmation below and let the world see you for exactly who you are, because that's where the real magic lies. And if this resonated with you, Hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Stay strong, stay real, and I'll see you in the next video.